There's no point in denying it. The justice system is fucked. Innocents are found guilty. The guilty are let off the hook. People who commit lesser crimes do more time. And people who commit worse crimes are let out of prison early. There needs to be some serious changes. Really teach these criminals a lesson. And give other people a chance to really think before acting. If we don't change things, this world is only going to get worse. Let's talk about this first. Sex crimes. It's one of, if not the dirtiest crime you can commit. Touching kids. Violating the body. Despicable, right? And what happens to these people? They essentially receive a timeout. Yeah, you go behind those bars and really think about what you've done. We gotta bring the hammer down. If you sexually assault someone, you ought to have your genitals burned. We're not gonna burn them off, though. Everybody deserves a second chance, right? Otherwise, nobody does. And this is probably gonna teach them to think twice. But, if you do it again, say goodbye to your genitals. And that's not all. If you're a man, you can keep your balls. Because we're going to be kicking them in for the next 30 minutes. And if you're a woman, then, I don't know, say hi to this dildo covered in barbed wire. However, and I can't stress this enough, before we even think about subjecting someone to all these kinds of torture, we need to make sure that we are all 100% certain that they are guilty. I don't want to hear a story about some poor bastard who got his goods chopped off, and then sometime later, oh, he was actually innocent the whole time. Oopsie. And I certainly don't want an innocent woman getting barbed dildos shoved up her pussy. Pussy is highly valuable. For the love of God, maintain due process. Then there's murder. Stealing the life of another human being. It's not really as bad as rape, but it's still pretty awful. Especially if the victim is so young. A lot of murderers also go to prison. You know, just the big, boring building where you get the time out. Of course, if you murder someone, you get prison for life. Suppose that's fair? You knew what you were doing, and yet you stole somebody's life. So we're going to steal yours by not letting you enjoy it for however much longer you have. It doesn't exactly hit hard. I think murder should always be answered with death. But just as George Carlin said, let's make it a little more interesting. None of this electric chair and lethal injection. It's boring. Let's say you kill somebody by drowning them, you know? You make something heavy, right? And you tape it to their leg. Well, same thing's happening to you. Let's say you murder somebody by taking a big old knife and shoving it up their mouth. That happens to you now. I think that's fair. Is it not? But again, make sure that this person is actually guilty before you make them face a slow and painful death. Do you want their family to sue you because you made an oopsie? I don't think so.